Ah, hello, sister.
Well,
Ooh.
hello.
Hello, everyone. We are very excited to bring together this journey that we've been on for this is episode 4, this part 4 of this journey around breaking the system. And we know because we've been hearing from you, from our clients, like this is such a pertinent piece to our lived experience is this system that is whichever organization that you may find yourself within, whatever system that is. We opened part 1 with, hey, if you're in healthcare, government, you know, supply, uh, education. There's so many, organisms that make up all these different organizations. And now you are finding yourself inside one of them. And today we are looping and closing this beautiful container that we've had um, around get yours, get yours.
Hmm.
It is time to sit back. You've been on this journey. You've listened. If you haven't, it's cool. If you're just catching this one, know that the ride we've been on was we broke down, cultural facade. We broke down self facade. Last week, we talked about how you can be the example within your workplace. And today, it felt really good in our bodies to bring forward this and get yours mentality, making it work where you are, um, being landed in the reality of what actually is going on. These things get to be true. If you're having experiences that aren't beautiful, maybe you're not being treated amazingly, those are truths for you. And if it's you switch roles or if it's you switch organizations, yes, and we're just gonna raise the flag today of and how you can get yours while in this system, while we all are doing our own individual work. So I'm excited about this one. I'm
I'm
excited
always
about this.
excited about
Oh,
about
I
all of them,
see you.
but
You're a
like
little
this one
fired
for
up
real,
today. Oh,
I am feeling really fired up about this because it is about getting yours. So many, and I know you know this too, Jill. So many people we talk to approach work from this place of like, I owe them something. Like I'm there for them. I'm there for them. And you're not there for them. Like, this is a choice we're making to be in this workplace. And yes, that may be controversial for many. I'm like, I have a choice. I got to work. I hear you. I hear you. And a lot of times we forget that we can choose to be in different workplaces. We can choose to stay where we are. We can choose to not work. And I hear you also saying, I can't choose to not work. I got to work. Yes, got it. I'm not taking that away from you. What I am saying is, you showing up every single day is a choice. So you also get to choose what you're doing there, how you're showing up. And if you're going to choose to show up there every day, get yours. Like, you're not just there for them. Yes, you're there to provide a service. Yes, you're there to give the transaction of your service to get compensation for sure, 100%. But what else can you get? Because I guarantee you, they're getting more from you than just that service you're there to provide. They're getting your time, your energy, they're getting all of your thoughts, your ideas, your innovation. They're getting your contributions. They're getting you even as a number to be counted as their employee base. And we have 94,000 employees. Well, without you, they have 89,999 employees or whatever the number is. You get to get something from this. Let it be an exchange. Don't get used. Like, do not show up and get used. So, if you're going to be working, you may as well get something from it other than just the paycheck and the benefits. And for some of you, you might say, well, that's enough for me. That's the only reason I'm there. And I will ask you, because I hear this so much, I will ask you at the end of your day, how are you feeling?
ooh.
If you're there for the
Oh.
paycheck, for the benefits, and there's nothing else that you're there for, I promise you, on my mama, I promise you, there's so much more for you to get because you're probably feeling depleted and drained and exhausted and like, whew, I can't wait to be done. What if it didn't have to be that way? I'm not
Mm.
saying, like you said earlier, Jill, maybe you're not being treated amazingly and all these things. I'm not saying the problems don't exist. We talked about the problems. We talked about being the example. We get that, but you also get to choose what you're getting from it. Yes, I need this paycheck. Yes, I need these benefits to take care of my family, myself. And what if it didn't have to be so draining and depleting? Get yours, get it, because
Mm.
I guarantee
Let's
you they're
let's
getting what they need to get from you and then some.
Ooh, okay. So y'all might be out there like, well, what can I get? I hear y'all. Okay, great. Fired up. You're with us. So here are some, there's so much, and you can bring gratitude into the benefits. Maybe it's 401k. Maybe every month you just create time where you go open up that 401k account so you can actually see and sit and be with that money. Or maybe it's you literally start taking advantage of your PTO. Because if I have to talk to one more person that's like, no, but I have this many rolled up, like there's some freaking badge you're going to get for the amount of PTO days that you were able to roll over. And now you've literally equated 2 to 3 months worth of days that you could take off. I really am sorry, but that is not a badge of honor for me. I look at that as the biggest red flag ever. The biggest red flag. Um, yeah, I feel like you want to say something. Go ahead. Because there's more. I'm coming, but it's
There
like
is so much more. But with
there's
that
so
piece right
much.
there, how many times are you in conversations with the people and they do wear that as a badge of honor? Or they're on
Stacè,
the
I
whole
just,
trail of like, oh, I can't
my
take time off
heart.
because I got this project and then this and then that. And if I take time off, look, let me just be very, very clear as somebody was with me when I was in my, oh my gosh, she she was a big sister in corporate to me, and she basically said, Stacey, they don't need you. When did you get so important that this whole organization is going to
Ooh.
blow up or break down because you stepped away for a couple of hours or you stepped away for a couple of days? Like, you're not that important. Get over yourself. And I was like, hello, wait, what? Me? They do need me because I have to run this presentation. I am the only one who can be in this meeting. No one from my team. I have to do it. And here's the reality, sad reality. About a week and a half later, someone in our organization died unexpectedly. Heart attack, heart attack. He just died. Like he was at work. And then the next day, he was not at work. He was gone. And his wife had to come and collect his belongings, like all the things. And you know what happened? That company is still up and running today. You know what happened? We wrote the job description to replace him, replace his role. We sent flowers. We all attended the celebration of life. All of his accounts got moved to someone else and distributed among the team, and we kept going. That is very morbid. And I am sharing that to say, like, don't let it take somebody dying for you to realize it's that important. Like, if I leave today, if I walk off this job, they'll replace me. They'll find a way to figure it out.
Very
If
easily,
I
too. Let's
die,
say
very easily. If I die, they're
very
going to do the same
easily.
thing. But the whole point of that is to recognize that you get to have a whole life. If you're giving your whole life to your job, you need to check yourself.
This is we were literally I was talking to you about this yesterday is it's so ego heavy.
Mm,
So ego heavy
mm,
around,
mm,
and it's
mm.
like y'all really get to experience some ego deaths. And I say this from the place of like, I know I'm walking it with you. There are so many times when it's like project deadlines, all the things, or, everyone striving to like climb that next ring on the ladder. And I really, this is a practice of checking myself, more so my ego that was built around, and now I'm going to talk just to the women out there that was built around this facade of like all that we do is like all of our production, all of our labor, that is in direct reflection to our value and our worth. Like that's all that we have. And it's
Right.
such a like it's just so not in alignment. And I think to that point, exactly when that woman looked at you and was like, you're just not that important, that's an ego death, because our egos thrive on being center stage, being the fixer, getting the accolades, not hit
Needing to
my
be needed.
KPIs. Performance reviews, what? Nah. Over
Ooh.
exceeding, you better over exceed. That ego's gonna have a
Mm-hmm.
trip.
Mm-hmm.
It's
Mm-hmm.
something else.
It's big. I love that you're bringing in the ego deaths because there are many. Um,
Oof,
and I
oof,
also want to say
every
to
day.
everyone, it's not your fault.
Mm.
It's not your fault. That's how I can say with such conviction, like, get over yourself. It's not your fault. This is how the system was created. It was created so that you could feel this way, so that you could feel beholden to this company, this organization. What gets recognized and rewarded? Well, it's all the doing, 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 and constantly proving yourself. That's not how you were designed to live. That's not how your creator made you to live. But that's what we have decided in society is okay. Like that's okay. That's how we get to live. And it's just it's crazy making. It's not going to help. You're never going to get what it is you really want when you're living that way and it's for other people. That's that extrinsic motivation. What about the intrinsic motivation? What about you? What about what you need? What about what you want? Yes, sit down and look at your 401k and go, ooh, I got money. Yes, live in the abundance of it. Be grateful for it. Yes, take your time off because you know what? It's your time off. Disconnect, step away, and believe you me, someone else will be able to take care of things. And if you're walking with that fear of like, that's my fear, is that they'll recognize that, oh, damn, they don't need because Billy and Sally were able to take care of it in my absence. Maybe they did it even better than I do it. Ooh, what about me? This is a scarcity mindset that has been programmed in all of us if we're in those spaces. But think about the corporation. It is a pyramid. It is. It's the biggest pyramid scheme out there and it's legal. It's this. There's so many of us at the bottom
Hmm.
rung, this next rung, this next rung. As you go up, there are fewer spaces. So, yes, they want us fighting and clamoring over who gets to get promoted and moved up because there's only so much room at the top. All of us can't be the CEO. All of us can't be the senior VP. All of us can't be that. So, how do we make sure that that happens? Competition. By what way? Oh, we'll pick and choose what we want to recognize and reward and then elevate based on that. And where does that leave you? Not getting yours. If you're going to be in this pyramid, it's something. Get all of the training so that you can be like even if this is a means to an end, fine. What's the expiration date on this? I'm going to work my butt off and I'm going to get all the training I can get for one more year and then I'll reevaluate my career and see if I want to be here
There's,
or go somewhere
you know,
else. Like do
that's a good
that.
point, because there's a lot of companies now really leaning into this personal development space and
100%.
offering a whole lot. And that's another part. PTO is one. The second part is the amount of women I talk to, and they're like, oh, yeah, I had, whatever, I don't know, whatever you call it, like leadership and development, personal development,
Mm-hmm.
courses, you know, uh, whatever your company may call it, and is not using, there's funds or whatever that are given like a
Right.
yearly amount, and the conversations are like, oh yeah, didn't use it. And then I'm like, but why? Well, I don't really, know what I would use it for. That's the piece, that when you're talking about this pyramid, it's not only beholding you to this like level and deep competition, but it's also like you are suffocating. You can't even be in your curiosity. It's
Mm-mm,
suffocating curiosity to not
mm-mm,
even to be in a space of I don't even know, like, well, what would I go do? Because here it's like this, it's
mm-hmm.
brick wall. This is what you can see. To future cast, to think of something else, to think of a bigger role, to think of anything that would be outside of this linear path is scary AF. And that's the place where I deeply desire all of you out there listening to hone in on that one. Do you know what it would be if you would be given $1,000, $100, $5,000 for personal development or for your growth or for your trajectory? What would you love to use it for?
Yeah, a lot of that money coming from old HR days, a lot of that money goes unused. And I used to be baffled, like, what? Or if I would tell someone, like, well, wait, you're saying that your manager, like they come and talk to me about their feedback from their performance review. Your manager says you have to have stronger project management skills in order to get to the next level. And you really want to get to the next level. Oh, and by the way, just because you do the things, there's no guarantee that you're going to get to the next level. Just caveat there. But I'm sitting here going, you could go get your project manager certification and be of tremendous value to this organization and what you're doing. And guess what? Once you know it, you can't unknow it. These are now skills and expertise that you've developed. And when you're ready to go, this is a valuable thing for you to put on your resume as a skill that you can take somewhere else to some other organization that will value it, that will compensate you for it. Or if not, you want to go out on your own. Oh, you need some beautiful project management skills if you're going to be an entrepreneur and going out on your own. But these are the things we're thinking about. And to your point, Jill, that inability to be curious about what you would even want, how you would even go about getting it, and all of that. Well, of course, it's by design. I want to keep you so distracted, so busy, so bogged down, so depleted that you don't have room to really dream and imagine and think about that because, God forbid, you elevate your consciousness and you wake up and decide, wait a minute, I don't even want to be doing this. I hate doing payroll. What I really want to be doing is marketing. Oh, I want to make that change and I want to make a shift. Or, oh, I don't even want to be at this organization. Look how they treat people. These core values sitting up on the website, they don't live them. I don't want to be a part of that. Where's the corporate social responsibility? I can't be in alignment with this organization. I want to go. God forbid you wake up. God forbid you actually elevate your consciousness. So the system is set up so perfectly to keep you in those bottom rungs, but you get to decide, what do I get? What am I going to get here? And this is not just for people, because I hear people saying all the time, well, I don't want to be the VP. Like me, I never wanted to be the chief HR officer. Definitely not in my desire. Just not my thing. I'm happy being at these levels, and that's it. I don't want to be there doing that because I knew HR was not my life's work. I don't want to dedicate what it takes to be in that role, right? So for those of you who are going, I don't necessarily want to move up because I got my own thing going. I'm a piano player outside of this and I work in jazz clubs at night and I entertain and that's my thing. I don't want to be like up here with all this responsibility. Cool. Stay where you are, but get yours. Get everything you can get. What if you knew how to better manage your musical contracts because you were able to use that money to take some classes around negotiation, around persuasion, around crucial conversations for feedback, like whatever it is they're offering, take it. Or if even if it's not money, how many times have you had conversations, Jill, with people, especially women, who will say, yeah, they had this time management seminar and I didn't go, I didn't have time. Do you hear that? I
Let
didn't have
me
time
tell
to go
you.
to the time management seminar. I didn't have the energy. Or who would take care of stuff on my team if I stepped away for 2 days to go to some coding workshop. Well, you're a software engineer. You want to know how to code for this thing that they have going on at work. Go to the conference, go to the workshop. If they're offering it, go. They'll
You better
figure out what to do
you better
while
check
you're
your
gone.
priorities. That's
Right,
it's
right.
I don't
Because
have
they're
time
getting
to attend
theirs.
this thing, but I so badly want it. Set the
Mhm,
boundary, speak it.
mhm.
Here's I just want to like repeat what you said because I am like, what if you raise your consciousness? What if? What does that even mean to you? And
Mm.
what would happen? Well, you don't know until you try it on. And even if it's not, within the organization, maybe this is sparking you and you're like, well, y'all, we don't have trainings. Maybe you really don't have trainings or you don't have some of these things we're talking
Hey,
about. There are so many things. I mean, I know Stacy and I together right here, you have two resources that we offer free resources. We offer a whole variety pack of modalities that will
mm,
100% be in support of you at least taking one step to move yourself into a probability that raises for your creativity so you can think beyond this system.
amen to that for sure. And here's what's funny too. A lot of times we'll be in conversations with people and they'll have all these limitations that are very real. My company doesn't offer that. They don't give me that. They don't give me that. Great, 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 great. But then that's where they drop off. Like, wait, is your whole existence your company? Those kinds of resources you're looking for exist outside of your company. Because I guarantee you, if you're at another company or live in a different kind of life, you would see the other opportunities that are available to you. We have to take the blinders off about what we don't have, what we don't have, what we don't have, what we don't have. This company doesn't do it. Well, one, maybe that's not a place you need to stay. If you have the opportunity to go, maybe that's a strategy, your exit strategy. You start to plan. But if you're not going to leave, how can you get what it is you do want and what it is you do need? This will help you infuse some purpose and meaning into your work. Like, you know what? I really want to be like my, I had an admin one time and she really wanted to be a Zumba instructor. She took a couple of classes and fell in love with Zumba. She was like, I really want to do this. It costs money and yeah, it costs time and energy to be able to do that. So I can't be all depleted at work because then I can't get to the Zumba class afterward, blah, 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 the whole thing. She found a way. She was like, you know what? I'm going to make sure I get everything I need to get done. That's fine. But my bonuses that I'm going to get, I'm putting those toward my Zumba classes for teacher certification. Whatever other monies that come in, I'm putting it towards that. I don't know how long it took her, but yeah, she's now, at least for over a decade, been a Zumba instructor and
I
loves
love
her
that.
life. She still has a part-time executive admin role. She has her benefits and she has her paycheck for that. Her purpose is to serve elderly populations. And so her classes are for people who are in their 60s and up. She teaches them Zumba. This is her passion. Her kids are happier because she is able to be more present with them. She says, I'm a better mom because I got mine. I focused on what was important to me. I was grateful for that job, grateful for those bonuses because that's what paid for my certification. I wouldn't have been able to pay for that like on my own. This is what we're saying. Get
Mm,
yours. You get to first start
mm.
to identify what it is you want to get, though.
That's
What do you
first.
want?
And
What do
if,
you
yeah.
desire?
Mm. And if you're already in a place of, the thing that lights you up, whether it's Zumba, whether
Mm,
it's piano, whether it's
yeah, yeah, yeah.
cooking, coaching, whatever it is for you, the thing that lights you up. And if you're not in that place, get some support, find a mentor, find a guide, find a coach that can take the blinders off, help you step back from the brick wall so you can begin to have a better bird's eye view of possibilities for your life. that's been the biggest thing for me as to why, and you too, Stacey, of having mentors in our lives,
Mm-hmm.
you know, and grace, grace of God and goddess and all things that, we are in each other's lives to hold each other and be like, did you see this though? You looking over here. Let me show you
Mm-hmm.
over here.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Oh,
Absolutely. Absolutely.
so
But this is how
powerful.
you get that, just get that joie de vivre. You get that joy of life when you are allowing yourself to have the pleasure of it. But the pleasure of it, at least for this series, the pleasure of it comes from understanding that there are cultural facades and organizations. Don't live in the facade, know what the reality is. Absolutely, they're there. There is also that self facade that we talked about in one of the episodes you can go back and listen to. Like, don't don't be in deception with yourself about what's happening and who you're being, how you're showing up, and all those things. And yes, you get to be the example. You get to break it, be the example, break your own belief systems and show up and be the example for someone else. Be the example for yourself, be the trailblazer. And with today, like, yeah, now go get yours. Go get yours, whatever yours is. And if you don't know, there are a million ways for you to discover what it is: mentorship, coaches. And I hear people saying, well, anybody got time for that? Do anybody got money for that? Okay, guess what? You got time to sit around and watch Real Housewives of dot dot dot. You've got time to sit around and chit chat and gossip and do whatever. You have time.
Preach.
Like, we all
Go
have the
ahead.
time. We all have the time. You just get to prioritize what's most important to you. Like, when will you take it to the level of meaning for yourself to say, I'm going to live differently? I'm done with this. This is what I want in life. I want so much pleasure and so much joy, even if I have to stay at this job that I hate. That doesn't mean that I have to live a life that isn't filled with pleasure and joy. I'm choosing myself. Here's what I'm going to get. They're getting all this stuff out of me. This is what I'm going to get. Let it be transactional. Start there. If you make great friends and create a beautiful community and have all these other things that happen for you as a result of you working in this place, that's gravy on top of all of it. But the basis of this is very transactional, and we get caught up and we have to have those ego deaths you talked about, Jill. It's like, I show up and I provide a service and you compensate me for it. Now, what else on top of that? Oh, I'll show up, provide a service, and I'll give you this, showing you my real value. Oh, well, guess what? We'll give you this. How about some training in that area? How about this new role? Like, right, it just goes that way. It goes that way. But a lot of times you're just giving, 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 giving. It's time for you to
Mm,
receive, and it's time for you to take,
mm,
because it's there for the taking. I've been on that HR side. I know the budgets that are carved out for training, development, all kinds of things. I know what it costs for PTO that doesn't get used. I know what it costs for
mm.
sick day. Like, I know this. The stuff is here. Use it. EAP, the Employee Assistance Program. Get it. Use it. Free legal advice, free emotional support, for mental wellness, free financial stuff sometimes. I mean, these things are available to you. They're here. Go get it.
Mm. Go get
Go
it.
get it. Get yours. Go get
Ooh,
it.
what a
And we're here to help
beautiful,
you.
what a beautiful series. We're so here for you all. Thanks for being on this little mini ride.
Losing
We're
my
loving these little
scarf.
mini rides of Break the System. And we had a lot of fun. We had a lot of fun on this one, utilizing our collective 40 years of knowledge in the system.
And all
So,
the fire.
yay. Thanks for being here, you all, wherever you're tuning in. We're always grateful for you to subscribe, save it, share it with someone that you know would really be served by this conversation. And we'll see you next week.
Love
Bye.
you. Bye.